You're here to learn about the berry, potion, and alchemy system of Roblox's randomly generated droids, and I'm here to not waste your time. Let's get straight into it. So randomly generated droids, they have a system in the game. It's not too big, but it's there. It's where you use berries to craft potions, and these potions are very useful. They're good for healing and stat buffs. Of course, that is if you can get your hands on the berries. This is mostly for the alchemist class, which gives you a lot more berries than would other how. Speaking of the berries, let's get right into those really quick. So the berries are the components that you need to craft the potions. It's usually 2 per potion, and you need a specific, pairing that we'll get into later. I've color-coded all the berries so that you can immediately recognize them whenever they're in your hand or on the floor. All the berries themselves have unique things to happen if you were to eat them, or if you were to encounter a berry bot, which a berry bot is represented by a specific berry chosen at random whenever they spawn, and they only appear in the third world, which I've seen anyway. And it just means that, they get the stat buff of whatever berry they just ate and represent. For example, if it's a virulent berry bot, then it's a walk in the park. It's a Theriac berry bot, then God help you. Let's get into the berries really quick. Tenebrous berry, when eaten, has a large chance to set the time to night. Not very good. Basically, it just makes everything dark, and I could think it affects some swords, but don't really use it. Theriac, +1 vitality. Not a good thing to use on its own. This makes much better potions, if anything. Vitality just increases your healing by as much as you have. So if you have 1 vitality and you're supposed to heal 50 health, you'll heal 51. So it's wait to use this. Cure berries. Enemy modifiers show up more frequently. If you were to eat these, those are for the masochists out there, it could go in your favor, it could not go in your favor, but not a good idea. Fervor berries. Very good to eat in a pinch. They heal you for 10 health, but you can make much better potions if you were to hold on to these. Virulent berries. Take damage until health is 1. Do not eat the virulent berries whatsoever, under any case. Try not to even accidentally eat them, because as it says, it'll bring your health down to 1, no matter what it is, so now you're just going to be 1 tap until you get some healing. Vigor berries, +3 strength. A decent berry to eat if you don't care about the potion system, but if you didn't care about the potion system, you wouldn't even be watching this, so save them, eat them. If you really need the strength, you can make something better if you hold it. Ichor berries take 10 damage, so you don't want to eat those because it's just a solid 10 damage health, nothing benefit. Ardor berries, +10 max health. Similar to Theriac berries, not very useful if eaten. Better to hold on for something better. Skew berries, reroll your stats. Now this is a very risky thing to do, very risky, because rerolling your stats, it's on a broad range of what it can reroll it to. It can do it to something really high or something really low. You could be screwing yourself over, or you could be getting God's gift. Either way, you probably shouldn't eat skew berries as is. It would be better to hold on to them, but it's completely up to you. Again, for the masochists out there. Gamble berries, +1 walk speed. Better to make it to a potion. For +1 walk speed isn't a lot. I mean, it's a little nudge, but it isn't much. Lucre berries. Gain circuits equal to the world number. Now, it's good if you just have a lucre berry in your back pocket that you can't really mix with anything, and you happen to be on world 6 or something, it doesn't matter. Sure, gain a little bit of circuits if you really need a nudge in money to buy something. Cavort berries, +5 jump power. Again, like gamble berries, you probably shouldn't eat them as is. 5 jump power isn't a lot. It's not going to do you much good. And abate berries, enemy modifiers show up less frequently. These are for people that like a more consistent run. These for people that doesn't want to have to worry about whatever modifiers a bot might have. Then you eat a couple of the abate berries. Now these 3 berries over here, I've set aside for a reason. These 3 berries pretty much go hand in hand. I'll get into that a little bit later. But luminous berries as is, when you eat them, it has a small chance to set time to day, which the only time you really need to worry about that all is if somehow it got changed to night. Don't eat the tenebrous berries. And then algid berries freeze for 1 second and all enemies get ice weakness. Now that's good if your strongest weapon happens to be like an ice sword or something like that. And then a torrid berry is the exact same except for fire and that you take actual damage. So a little not as good as algid. However you want to put that. Those are all the berry effects, and remember, if you encounter the berry bots in the third world, you can go to this page and look to see, what they might have in store for you. Again, Theriac, scary. Vigor, scary. Virulent and Ichor, not scary. General rule of thumb. Alright, to the next one. The potions themselves. This is what we take those berries, previously mentioned berries, to make. These give you a lot of good stat boosts and a lot of good stuff, so let's get into it. Sustaining potion, plus 5 vitality, and then heal 25 health. A decent healing item, and if you need to heal, this should be the first thing you use in your inventory, because it gives you plus 5 vitality, so that's just an extra 5 healing you'll take on any other healing you get for the rest of the run. Then the healing potion itself, heal HP equal to the world number times 10. So if you're on the 5th world, then you'll heal 50 health when you drink it. Again, it's better for longer, if you're further along. And then regeneration, regen HP equal to the room number. You see the room number, and that's what you'll heal to, basically. The regeneration's super fast, so it's basically just healing that takes 2 seconds. I won't worry about the regen part. Just another healing item that's really good. Brawn, gain strength equals to 3 times the world number. So this gives you a lot more bang for your buck, especially if you're further along in the run. In terms of gaining strength to deal your damage. Just a good, decent strength stat increase. Resistance, plus 1 defense, plus 2 if your defense is 0. So obviously resistance potion is really good if you have 0 defense, if you have not a 1. You drink it, you'll get some extra defense up to 3. After that, it's not going to be as good. It's better to share these with the rest of your team that doesn't have any defense if you have a team. That is, of course. Swiftness, plus 3 walk speed. Again, it's not the most useful, but hey, walk speed is walk speed. If you're playing a ranged type or someone that relies on speed, then hey, who's going to turn it down? And then the same thing, the jumping potion for 20 jump power. And the jumping power can be really nice for clearing those obstacles, or, maybe even doing a funky little jump up somewhere to get an item. Warping potion. Warp forward 1 world. So, this just gets you a little further along in your quest if you don't want to worry about dying as much. Warping will just, snap you right to whatever the world number after that. Let's just say you're on room 57. Boom, instant 67, and the next rooms you'll see will be from that world instead. So, very nice just to get a little oomph for your run. Affluence. Gain circuits equal to the room number. No immediate use. It just means you can't use it as soon as you make it or obtain it. So, that sucks, but you gain circuits equal to the room number, so it's 67 circuits. Bada bing, bada boom. Lots of money. The Chance Potion. Now, I've set this one as a turquoise color, but in all actuality, it glows rainbow. It's RGB. It goes to different colors. Just so you know. But it copies a random potion effect, so you drink a Chance Potion, and it'll give you any one of these here potion effects. Probably minus the Madness Potion. I'm just guessing. Then the Ice Resistance and Fire Resistance. Now, these ones, they're technically the same thing, except for different, ice and fire. Ice gives you immunity to, falling in water, as well as freezing, or damage from icicles and stuff like that. You can deal with the cryo droids just fine. It's amazing. And fire resistance helps you not take damage from fire hazards or pyro bots, burner bots, anything like that. Balance potion. So this one's a slightly complicated one. So first of all, it will boost your walk speed and jump power back to its average if it somehow got dropped below the average. So let's just say somehow you lost jump power or walk speed, rather by, eating a skew berry or some sort of item that did that. Not only will it bring it back up, but then it'll also give you 1 walk speed and 5 jump power on top of the averaging out. So it's really good if you need to get your stats back up to where they were, as well as a little increase. Stats up boosts all your stats. Don't need to say any more. It boosts your vitality a little bit, I believe, your defense, your move speed, your jump power, your max health, and I believe a little bit of strength too. It's just a decent, good all oomph to every single one of your stats. Not everyone. And then a luck potion. +3 luck, or if you happen to be playing a solo run, you'll get +5 luck. I don't really know what luck does for you that much. I haven't seen it, whatever it might be affecting all too often. So if you know, hey, say it in the comments. That'd be cool. But as is, yep, gives you luck. Those are all the potions. Now let's get into how to actually craft some of these. So to craft a potion, you need a cauldron, which cauldrons can be found in 3 ways. One is if you are the alchemist class, you have an ability that can spawn one in the current room. 2 is that if you come across a potion shop, or alchemy shop, whatever you call it, it'll have a cauldron sitting right there in the middle for you to use. And then the 3rd is that mostly in the 3rd world, sometimes it can spawn random cauldrons that you can use. Each cauldron can only make up to 2 potions. After that, the water runs empty and you can't make any more. And all you have to do is hold the berries in your hand and walk up to the cauldron, you'll drop it in. Be careful if you happen to drop in 2 berries that don't mix, then it'll just override the first one with the second one. If that makes any sense. Anyway, let's get now to actually craft. So the Tenebris. Tenebris makes 2. Just about every single one of these potions. Each berry is a component in 2 potions along with another berry. So Tenebris, you see here, you mix it with a Theriac berry and you'll get the potion of sustaining, or mix it with a Gamble berry and you'll get the potion of stats up. Theriac berries, as I said, you mix with Tenebris to get the sustaining potion, or you mix it with the Virulent to get regeneration. Theriac's one of the main healing berries. Akir berries. I forgot to do this. You can mix it with a Fervor berry to make a healing potion, or mix it with a Bait to make a luck potion. And then Fervor, as I said, mix with a Cure to get healing, or you do with an Ardor to make protection. And then Virulent berries. With Theriac, they make regeneration. With Lucre, they make the Affluence potion. Vigor. You mix that with Ichor, one of the most iconic and easily to recognize recipes in the entire game is Vigor and Ichor. Makes a Brawn potion. And then Vigor and Ardor make a Resistance potion. As I just said with Ichor, with the Vigor it makes Brawn, and with an Abate berry it makes a Warping potion. Ardor with Vigor makes Resistance, and Fervor makes Protection. Ardor is just the tanky berry, as I like to call it, because it makes 2, tanky kind of potions. Skew berries mixed with a Gamble makes a Swiftness potion, and mixed with a Cavort makes a Chance potion. And then Gamble, as I said with Skew, you can see right there, and with Tenebris you make stats up. Lucre berries, you mix that with a Cavort berry and you'll get the potion of jumping. And if you mix it with the Virulent, you get the Affluence. So it's where you get that money. Cavort berry, as I said, you mix with Lucre to get jumping and Skew to get chance. And also a Bait with Ichor for warping and with a Cure for luck. Now here's why I said those 3 berries from earlier, the luminous, algid, and torrid berries, go hand in hand. They're basically the elemental brothers, if, that makes any sense. For example, luminous is the component for both the ice and fire resistant with the algid and torrid berry respectively. So remember that luminous berries are only used to make your ice and fire, your elemental resistances with the algid and torrid berries. As well as the algid and torrid berries are what you use to make the balance potion. So remember, these 3 berries don't go outside of any other, they don't mix with any other of the berries. They're mostly within a triangle of their own. Between luminous, algid, and torrid. You can mix all 3 and they'll all make something useful. Anyway, with that, that's all of the potions. You can now go in and at least maybe keep this video paused in certain places wherever you might need. And have fun playing the game and getting your stats up for, if you're trying to actually beat a run, not the easiest. Anyway, this has been Marble Melon. I am out now. Peace.